Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday again, and it's Shirley. I received a request to speak about what it's like, how a system responds when they first find out they have DID. With me, I felt relief. I was like, oh my God, there's a name for all this stuff that's been happening to me all my life. There's a name that could be a cure, right? That was my initial thought. And my alters didn't know. I mean, they knew, but they didn't know that they were all me and that we weren't separate people. Um, it was really powerful to find out that there was a name for it. And at first, I was doubtful. I went and looked it up. I went to at that time in 1990, there was no internet, right? I mean, there was, but not everybody had a PC, and I was one of those people. So I went to the library and looked it up. I went to the medical section and looked up DID, or it was called multiple personality at the time, and researched it, looked through all the books I could find about it, even watched Sybil to see what the hell she's talking about when my therapist said I had DID. And I was put to rest some, but I was also discouraged because I thought, well, I'm going to be in therapy forever. Most people are not in therapy as long as I have been. I've been in it 30 years, and that's because I'm polyfragmented. There's literally hundreds of alters because the abuse started at birth. So it didn't end until I was, literally in my 20s, because of the abuse from one person stopped when I was 15, but it carried on with somebody else that was in my family. So, yeah. I'm trying to think where I was going with that. I realize now that I was just the cusp of beginning of the healing process. But, finding out you have DID and acknowledging it and accepting it is hard. Finding out, you're like, oh my God, really? I mean, really? And not believing it, of course, and then accepting it, working your way up to accepting it, where you can work through the healing process and find your way. I had a good therapist, a wonderful therapist. I was very lucky. Usually it takes a long time to get treatment for DID. It takes a long time. And I was very lucky to find her on the first try. I was very exceptionally lucky. I'm sorry that many of you don't have a therapist that really understands DID, or you don't have one at all. It's almost impossible to recover on your own. I actually would say it is impossible. You have to work with someone that you can lean on, someone that will believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. So, when my therapist first told me, I was like, are you sure? Are you certain? I mean, come on. And she says, yes, I never will forget this. She sat back in her chair. She fiddled with her necklace. And she says, Shirley, I think we can safely say that you have dissociative identity disorder. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a name for it, like I said before. So every system responds differently. That was the way my system responded. Was very, very slowly it sunk into all the alters that they are not separate people, that they are me and I am them. It had to sink into my head too, and then we were able to work towards cooperation and towards reconciliation, bringing everybody together into one place. That was difficult, but I've done it, and I know you can too. Please don't give up on yourself. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard to walk through the darkness that is DID, the memories, the flashbacks, the panic attacks, all that good stuff that comes along with it, depression, anxiety, Oh my God. So don't give up on yourself. You're going to be okay. You keep coming back here and listening to me, and I'll tell you every time, you're going to be okay. It's all right. The altars were formed to protect you. They've done their job. Now it's your turn to protect them. Okay? Don't forget to like and follow. And I'll leave a link to my blog site below. And you all have a good week. Bye-bye.